Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2. Last time when we played this, we got married. We found out that the Duke of Lancaster has a surprising number of enemies, except, whoa, what? Okay, he's dead. The Duke of Lancaster is dead. That's interesting. He's been succeeded by Duchess of Hereford. Who is a child. She's 5 years old, and therefore she has a regent in the form of Eldon of Bolton, down here, of the House of Bolton. Sorry, it's unfortunately not actually House Bolton, otherwise I'd be very wary of crossing them. Well, okay, there we go, that's interesting. I wonder if she's hated as much as her dad was. Yep, Duke Edwin of Hereford. How did he die? Died in an accident on the 1st of November 1072, aged 28. Interesting. I wonder if that was an accident or an accident. In any case, yeah, so we got married. We found out about that. And my DLC stopped working. So it's working again now, though. Which means if I go onto the military tab, I can now hire a retinue. Excellent. Which is what I'm going to do. So, let's have a look. We've got heavy infantry and archers. We've got... Can we hire... No, we still can't hire a bloody cavalry one. Why? Why can we not hire a cavalry thingy? Retinue cap usage 1,200. Oh, I guess maybe our retinue cap's not big enough. Yeah, it's not. It's currently at 904. I am curious to know what the monthly cost of these things are, though. Projected monthly cost 0.9. Oh, that's not too bad at all, actually. It's pretty good, really. All told. What about this one? 100 heavy infantry and 400 archers. Nah. Sod that for a game of soldiers. No. Let's get a retinue of... Yeah, shock retinue. Heavy infantry 400, archers 100, cost to create 72. We can afford that. Go! Army is the Yorkist army. Can we rename it? That'd be so cool. No, apparently we can't. Never mind. We'll leave it with no character in charge for now. There's no real point. It consists of one man at present anyway, so yeah. But it will begin reinforcing over time. Someone was kindly able to point out in a previous video, you don't instantly recruit like 400 soldiers. You actually have to create the retinue and then you slowly recruit men to go into the retinue. So that's nice. Anyway, that's a permanent. That's essentially a very, very small standing army that we can use to, I don't know, deal with revolts and stuff, I guess, and just generally boost our numbers when war does come around. And apparently the king's dragging a bunch of my peasants off to fight for him, and is in yet another war against France. This time against King Hugh, and apparently it's because he wants to put Duke Anfois of Normandy on making the Count of Vexin or some bollocks like that. Basically, King William's just looking for an excuse to go beat up the French again for more prestige. That's basically all he's doing right now, because he honestly probably does not care about that particular claim he's fighting for there, because it's not even one of his vassals. So there you go. Characters of special interest. Why did I make this guy a character of special interest? Oh yeah, because he was that baron who had to get married to Brusilia over here, and thankfully they've had a kid, Edwin, Oswald's son. Oh wow, they have actual Saxon naming things in it. So because he's Baron Oswald, his kid's surname is Oswald's son. That's pretty neat. That's a nice little attention to detail I didn't notice was in there to begin with. That's cool. I approve, Paradox. Well done. So yeah, they've had a kid now, so the realm is not going to, the barony of is not going to pass over to whoever it was over here that had a claim on it. So that's good. We nipped that little problem in the bud right to begin with. Can I unmake him a character of interest? There we go. There's the king, and there's Ozulf over here, who likes us a little bit more than he did, which is good. I think it's mostly probably due to, yeah, because I think it's the stuff like the... I think, yeah, we've lost the negative points for having a short reign, because now we've been on the throne of York for long enough. We're now officially not some upstart that's been plonked on the throne. We're actually a full kind of bona fide, serious dude not to be messed with. So yeah. Oh yeah, and here's Princess Cecilia. Who desires to have a daughter, apparently. Well, we'll do our best. I would rather have a son first, though, honestly. Oh yeah, and we're trying to fabricate that claim on the County of Lancaster. Well, that's, sorry, Duchy of Lancaster. There's a difference, after all. To what end, I really wonder, though, honestly, because I don't think we can go to war over it, because our liege won't let us, but... Well, I have good news for my mission to Middlesex. During my visit to the court of Prince Bishop Ethelwyn of Durham, I've filled his ears with poisonous slander and evil rumours about his spiritual leader. That's great, but what are you doing in Middlesex? Wait, wait, what? Huh? What? 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 You're not in Middlesex. What's going on? I'm confused. I really am. Anyway, never mind. Someone will explain that in the comments for me, no doubt. Let's see. Plot backers. Ah, there you are. Drogo, my friend. Joinsies? Yes. It's a kind of phrase. Joinsies. No heir of your dynasty. Yes, I know, game. I know. Title loss and succession. Yep, I know about that too. Intrigue. Backers. Right, let's go find someone who will help us. Like this guy. Robert, Duke of Norfolk. What's our plot power? Oh, it's not very good, is it? Oh dear. 44%. Let's sort you lot by plot power then. Oh dear, it's all very evenly divided up, unfortunately. There's no particular guy who holds all the sway. There's the Duke of Cornwall. He could help us, apparently. Actually, he would quite likely help us. Although, because he's a duke, I'll probably have to give him even more money in a gift. Let's check that. 41. It's not too bad, I guess. Yeah, have some money. Intrigue. Right, okay. Sort that again with plot power. Bishop of Furness. No. Lambert, Mayor of Ilchester. Possibly, yes. Yeah, go for it. Have a gift of 20 gold. Oh god, now we only have 96 money left. If a war starts and we need to hire mercenaries, we are seriously screwed. In any case, and we're only getting 4.37 a turn now because our monthly expenses have gone up because of these gentlemen over here. To the heroic Duke Robert I, blessings upon you and your house. An intriguing scheme. Thank you. I agree. It is a very intriguing scheme, and that reminds me. Oh, hello. That's interesting. Opinion of me -7. All right. Well, it wouldn't help. All right. Okay. Right. Well, basically, there seems to be a plot by Halden Adolfson to kill Osulf. Apparently. Who is this guy? Oh, he's Osulf's brother. Wow. These guys must not get along very well. I see. Well, well, since there's no real benefit to this guy killing Osulf, I think we'd rather put a stop to it, honestly. Because Osulf likes us more than his brother does, so let's see if we can get this guy to shut his trap. End the plot. Yes, he will abandon the plot. Sweet. Enough of that. And Count Odo of Kent wants to see the Duchy of Northumberland granted to someone else. One of my vassals. Opinion of me 15. Like, he doesn't dislike me particularly strongly. Maybe he'll just end it if I ask him to. He will. Brilliant. Sweet. There you go. Good old-fashioned bit of diplomacy. Who needs assassinations and stuff like that? You just ask nicely. Peace be with you, your demand is just. How's our relation with the king at present? Not so great. The glorious Duke Rob I, may you live in harmony and contentment. Your demand is just. Yep, thank you, thank you. Can we ask him to end the plot? No, he's not going to do it, is he? And I'm not going to give him a gift, because we can't afford a bloody gift. Giving gifts to kings is not a profitable business. Could invite him to our plot, but he won't do that either. Okay. Intrigue. Somebody back me, please! Right, you. Let's just pause this and get all this out of the way at once. Baldwin, Duke of Cornwall. Back me, please. Someone else. Gerald, Mayor of Preston. Did I even give him a gift? I don't think I did. Right, well, he's going to join us anyway. Now, just hope to God none of these guys blab about it. That's the thing. Yep. And yep. Okay, so new important decision available. We can now attempt to fabricate the claim because our plot power is 96%. And we'll have a 60% chance of success. However, I'm not going to do it because we have 4 backers at present and 96% plot power. When we could go for an extra, all we need is a tiny little bit of extra plot power, like 4%. Literally, that's all we need, and we'll be able to go for the other option, which will give us a 90% chance of successfully fabricating a claim. Now, in theory, I could just go with this one and then just constantly reload until I get the result I want, but I really don't want to do that. You know, I will be reloading plenty in this LP for sure, but that kind of save scumming I'd rather avoid, frankly, because it just breaks the game, really. So let's search for someone else. Doesn't matter who. Really, we just need a plot power of at least about 4%, I believe. So we just need to find someone, preferably low down the feudal ladder, like a courtier or someone we can just give a couple of gold coins to. Listen, this fella, Baron of Argentan? No. Too expensive. Buying his loyalty would be too expensive. Duke of Gloucester? No. Count Shrewsbury? I need just a courtier. Can I sort them by rank? Bishop, Mayor, Bishop, Duke. Alright, okay, well, apparently we can't just get a random courtier to help us out. We're going to have to get someone with a title to do it for us. So, Alcatil, Baron of Tottenham. Promising. Very promising, actually. He's got 4% plot power. Let's go with something with someone with a little bit extra just for insurance. If there's someone with a little bit extra. Because that guy's opinion of me is 25, remember. Can we find someone with a higher opinion of me than that? It doesn't look like it. You sir. Have some money. Join my plot. I expect an answer from him in 8 days. Cecilia is pregnant. There we go. Hear that, King William? Your foul little scheme of yours is going to fail. The most excellent Duke Robert. Yep, I will join your plot, etc., etc. I have not put the timer on my stupid iPod to find out how long I've been recording for. I shall do it now. And now we can, yeah, there we go. We can fabricate a claim on the Duchy of Lancaster with a 90% chance. I hope to fucking God it works, honestly. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. With the aid of your fellow conspirators, you have managed to fabricate a claim on the Duchy of Lancaster. Excellent. Brilliant. Now, unfortunately, we can't declare war because crown laws do not allow vassals to wage war on each other. But I don't know. It's just good to have claims on stuff. I like having claims on things. But yeah, since that reminds me. This just reminded me here that she's hostile towards Chief Thord of Angerman. those Viking fellows who came and raided us, who should now actually look like a Viking, because my DLC is working again. There we go. That's a bit more like it. Anyway, let's just unpause and go. Let's do this. Let's go, go, go. Duke Robert I succeeded with the plot to fabricate claim on the Duchy of Lancaster. Yep, cool. I already knew that game. Duh. Right, well, what's happening? What's happening? Oh, part of Wales broke off from the rest of Wales, apparently. King William is kicking ass and taking names, as usual. And, yeah, the war's over. We won. There we go. So who is this guy in relation to the old king? King Henri? Sibling King Philip I of France. What happened to him then? Did he just get knocked off the throne because he's incapable? Like, 'cause he still has the title Kingdom of France, along with King Hugh, so I'm kind of confused, honestly. I don't really know how incapable characters work, frankly, but anyway, that... Oh wait, he's dead. Right, that makes sense then, doesn't it? Died comatose in bed. Right, there we go, well... Whatever injury he had clearly caught up with him. Count Eustache of Boulogne ransomed Godefroy from the clutches of King William the Conqueror, apparently. Fascinating. Fascinating, truly fascinating. Not even remotely relevant, though, to what we're doing. What are we doing, though? That's the question. Plots. If nothing else, if everything else fails, pick a plot. Any plot. See Princess Cecilia dead. No, that would be a very stupid thing to do. Well, we could fabricate a claim on the County of Leicester, I guess, if we wanted to. I suppose. Will anyone back us? He will. No one else will. What are the relations like with these guys? Mixed, really, to say the least. They all seem to like their liege quite a bit. I've decided to institute normal city taxes law as needed to support you. You only just put it down to minimum, you silly bugger. Fine, whatever, I approve. It doesn't affect me. A ward of mine complained and called my court inferior, at least in comparison to the child's father's court. Well, no shit, you're a princess. Tried to improve your court to impress the child. Which will increase Princess Adele's opinion of us by 10 for 5 years. Oh, we could have the child sweep the tables. Ha! I think we shall do that. That'll teach us some manners. A son was born to Duke Robert of York and Princess Cecilia. Finally, named Guntard. No, I think not. Let's name him something else. Here's a cool thing about this game. Like, depending on what we choose to name our kids and stuff like that, those kind of names will stick around in the game's database for a while. Because you know how in real life there were like 6 King Edwards of England and a whole bunch of Richards and a whole bunch of Henrys. Like there were 8 Henrys. I mean, come on. Because like they just kept picking that name again and again and again because it was prestigious. Because their ancestors had used it and all that kind of crap. Well, in this game, that's kind of reflected somewhat in when you name your kids. Like if I were to name my son here, Ballbag McBallbagson, Ballbag McBallbagson would stay around in the game for a while, and eventually down the line, you would actually get more Ballbag McBallbagsons in other branches off of your family and stuff, because people were naming their kids after your previous rulers, and it even spreads to other people's duchies and stuff as well. It's quite interesting. In one game I did, my first duke was called Tywin, and by the game's end there are Tywins everywhere all over England, even though normally there wouldn't be because Tywin's not part of the game's actual stock names, you know. So it's kind of cool the way it does that, really. So the question is, what do we want to call this fella? Robert, Richard. I generally tend to kind of pilfer a lot of the names for my kids in this from Game of Thrones, so there are a lot of Tywins and Tyrions and Jaimies around, and Robs and Aryas. But let's go with Richard. For the simple reason that, well, Duke Richard of York has a nice ring to it, frankly, and obviously there was a very famous Richard of York in real life. Had a play written about him, don't you know? And he too was a hunchback. So yeah, Richard. Richard sounds good. There we go. He's now our heir as well. So the king will now stand to gain nothing from killing us because he won't inherit our lands anymore, which means he might actually end his bloody plot. And he got his little law passed, bless him. So Count Welfoff of Northampton wants to see the Duchy of Northumberland granted to someone else. Yeah, everyone wants to see the Duchy of Northumberland granted to someone else, and I think screw them. He has an opinion of me of 8, even though we don't personally like him very much. End plot, please? Thank you. Enough of your silliness. My spy mastery skills are without match. I know about all your silly plots before you've even thought of them. To the great Duke Robert I, peace be with you, your demand is just. You're damn right it is. Well, let's see. Check the time on my stopwatch. We're more than good, we're fine. My liege, my mission to Middlesex has so far been a success. Why are you in Middlesex? You're not in Middlesex, damn you. You're in Durham. I think. Unless... Oh no, you're not. Oh, right, okay. You're my Chancellor, you're not this guy. I didn't know Chancellors could affect the opinions of religious dudes. You know, of priests and stuff. Of bishops and that. I thought you could only do that with the with your court chaplain, but apparently no, you can do it with your chancellor as well. That's what got me confused earlier. I seem to have managed to make him understand what a benevolent and peaceful ruler you are, and he sends his regards. So yeah, King William now likes us, in theory. Yes, opinion of me 35. Now you end your stupid bloody plot that you've been doing for ages. No! No, he will not. Maybe if I let the clock tick by a bit further and let the game refresh itself. End plot, Blix? No, apparently not. Base reluctance minus. Come on! Maybe I have to wait till next month and I'll try again. The game can be a bit funny like that sometimes. It often has to like refresh itself before it will, like that. Before it will change things like that in the menus and things. In plot, please. No, he's still pretty dead set on killing me now, even though he will gain nothing from it anymore. Maybe he'll end it all by himself. Who knows? Peculiar. He has a truce with King Hugh of France until 22nd of April 1084. Will he keep it though, or will he just attack the French again? Well, how many wars have we had with France now? 3? I don't know, I'm losing count, honestly. We've had 2 with Scotland, I know that much. And our retinue is now 500 men strong. So it's draining our monthly expenses a little bit, but not as much as it could be. Anyway, that's 500 men that we don't normally have to levy. Which is kind of cool, I guess. Heavy infantry are cool. Archers are cool. We could probably hire another retinue if we wanted to, possibly. No, apparently we can't, no. Our retinue cap is pretty much reached, and the only way we can increase that is via technology. Oh, hello. Right, okay, now, someone mentioned this in the comments, and thank God you did, because I didn't know how any of this worked. You don't invest in technologies with gold like you do in Europe Universalis. You actually invest it using technology points or something. Which, yeah, military technology points up here. We have 93 of those apparently, 94 economy ones and 130 cultural ones. Because, yeah, York's a cultural place, you know. It's very cultural and stuff. So, yeah, and we basically use these points to invest in technologies, essentially. At present, we can invest in popular customs, which will increase vassal opinion, city vassal opinion anyway, and we can invest in light infantry and we can invest in trade practices, which I think I will do, because why the hell not? They're all good things to have. Trade value, vassal opinion, light infantry, attacks and defense and crap, and archers as well, importantly. So yeah, let's do that. Invest. 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 Sweet. Also, it tells us how much we're getting per month. I think that's per month anyway. It could be per year, honestly, but I think it's per month. 104 and 1.48. Where does it come from? That's the question. From attributes, learning and diplomacy, tech points per attribute point, and from buildings. We can get them from. Okay, cool. So, culture advances. Right, we'll be getting more culture because we have a ridiculously high diplomacy score compared to our stewardship and martial. That'll be why that is. Okay, cool. Well, there you go. We've got some more technology. That's nice. And I want more money. I need more money, damn it. We are getting a heck of a lot per turn, though. I mean, look at that. 5.58. And I tell you why that is. I reckon it's because now we've got improved vassal opinion from researching that technology. Guys like this here, over here, this fella, they're like, well, he still hates us, right? Forget it. But I think some of the others like us more and therefore are paying us more money. Possibly. Then again, I think my whatever was draining my monthly cost has disappeared, so maybe that's also why. Ugh, whatever. In any case, Barony of what's it? Yep. Oh, City of Scarborough. Yeah, this guy really doesn't like us, does he? Give him an honorary title. High Almoner or Cupbearer. Wonderful. We don't have any of the others left. I think we already gave out Master of the Hunt and Master of the Horse. Sadly. This guy's a problem. He really is. How much would it cost to send him a gift? Well, 65, yeah. Maybe not. Oh, good grief. Okay, my sister-in-law Adele lacks all passion and ambition, perfectly content with her lot in life. Okay, so this is one of those screens I mentioned, which come up every now and again when you have a ward to look after, basically. It allows us to affect her in some way or another, trait-wise. So, yeah, and yeah, she's also my sister-in-law, because she's actually my wife's sister. So there we go. It suits her position, which will give her the content and change her opinion of us by +10. Or that will not do. Alright, content's a cool trait to give to some of your, if your vassals have it, because if you have a vassal with the trait content, he will pretty much never ever scheme against you. On the other hand, if you have a vassal with the trait ambitious, like us for instance, they will cause you no end of problems. So yeah, no, you can be content. Why not? It doesn't really affect me because she's not one of my vassals or anything. She's a foreign person from another court, basically. But who cares, honestly? Like, I really don't care what happens to be perfectly frank. I could push her off onto one of my other courtiers, perhaps. I don't know. Would that even work? Educate child. Adele. Yeah, I could hand her off to Ethelsiga, or the Mayor of Scarborough, for instance. Yeah, go on, you take her. I don't want her. I only got her off the king because it was going to improve my relations with him. This might be a stupid decision, but I'm going to do it. Enjoy. I don't want the king's bloody daughter. I don't want to look after my sister-in-law. I've got sons I need to be warding. This guy certainly, once he becomes, I think once well, he's 0 years old right now, but once he becomes, I think, 7 years old, we can actually start tutoring him. And it's important that we do it and no one else does it, because we want to have very, very direct control over what traits our son gets, because we will be playing as him eventually one day. So the dragon bows a longship inside of the coast of Kent. Oh dear. Bjorn of Helsingland is to be under pillage and loot Kent. Poor old Kent. Doesn't get a break, does it, really? So, yeah, poor old Count Odo. I say poor old Count Odo, but the bastard was scheming against me not so long ago, so yeah, screw you, Count Odo. Raiders from... oh, next door to where the last raiders came from, I believe. Yeah, pretty much. Angerman land were the last bunch. These guys are the next bunch. Chief Bjorn. A badass looking helmet. I wouldn't be surprised if he was leading that raid himself, honestly. And they've gone now. I should play as a Viking chieftain at some point. I bet that'd be fun. Actually, an interesting spin on the game. But we're not doing that now. We're playing as the Duke of York now. So let's get our heads straight. What do? We're kind of just sat around doing nothing at the minute because unfortunately stupid crown laws prevent me from mashing Lancaster in tiny little bits. So yeah, this is the problem when you've got a king with high crown authority like William, because you can't do anything, really. If he had low crown authority, we could go to war and just gobble up loads of these places like Leicester and Derby and Lancaster and stuff at whim, basically. But sadly we can't. We cannot. We could try and usurp the Duchy of Lancaster, in theory, but we would require more provinces that are part of the Duchy of Lancaster. At present, we control only Westmoreland, which is normally part of the Duchy of Lancaster. We would need, because we need to control 51% of its de jure counties, we would need Lancaster, Westmoreland, and Chester to usurp the damn title. Or alternatively Westmoreland, Chester, and Derby. But, so yeah, that's kind of annoying, frankly. Hey, Count of Derby, do you want to become... one of my vassals? Maybe? Can we even do that? Can we invite him to become a vassal? No, we can't. Can we do it with independent counts, though? Like Count Cadwagan over here. Oh, no, don't want to swear fealty, we want the opposite. Offer vassalization, yeah, there we go. He won't do it because we're a distant realm and there's a base reluctance as well. But yeah, so that's how it works. You offer vassalization, but apparently we can't with this fella because his liege is already our king, and yeah, laws and stuff, basically, laws and things. I don't know whether to give this Scarborough, Mayor of Scarborough, a title or not, an honorary one. It won't. He'll still hate us even if we give him the cupbearer, though. That's the problem. You know, and that might increase his plot power if he's been using a plot against us as well. So, honorary titles are interesting, though. I mean, like, here's a funny little thing. For example, like, you know, we had Master of Horse we gave to Ozulf over here. Master of Horse is a funny little title because the Master of Horse, I believe, exists in A Song of Ice and Fire in Game of Thrones, essentially. You know, I can't remember who it is, but there's a Master of Horse mentioned in Winterfell at one point. And that's kind of interesting because, in theory, at least, and I know it's just fantasy at the end of the day, and it's all based on real life, and therefore you have to give it a bit of leeway and everything, but in theory, a Master of Horse shouldn't exist in Westeros. And the reason Master of Horse shouldn't exist in Westeros is because Westeros was never ruled by the Roman Empire. Because the Master of Horse is based on the old Roman title Magister Peditum. Magister Equitum, which basically means Master of Horse. And it was a title within the Roman army, I believe. The Magister Equitum was literally the master of all the army's cavalry. And over time that became simply the Master of Horse, as it appears here in medieval England. I mean, even the title Count is based... Oh, my moodiness and tendency to lash out at people is getting worse. I sleep too little and can't seem to stop worrying. Oh dear. We've become stressed. That's not so good at all, actually. That's pretty bad. Yeah, we got -1 to a bunch of things, including -10% fertility. That's irritating, but never mind. So yeah, basically, like, the title count, for instance, wow. Cumberland wants to become independent, does it? I see. The title count is actually based on another Roman title, which is Comites, I think, which was... I think a comites was just a ruler of a province, or a bunch of provinces, back in the late Roman Empire, which over time, obviously, got transformed into the French word comte, which then became the English word count. So there you go, like, you have things like counts and masters of horse and stuff in fantasy universes like Westeros, for example, where, technically speaking, it shouldn't exist, because there was no Roman Empire in Westeros for these titles to have originated from in the first place. Of course, you could just cop out and say that they came from somewhere else instead, but for the, for the sake of the damn fantasy world or whatever. But anyway, it's hard to feel proud when one has nothing to be proud of. Oh, for heaven's sake, man. You're a bit hopeless, aren't you, really? We've lost our proud trait now, in addition to becoming stressed. It's a bit of a bloody shame. We're still getting plus 1.81 prestige per month, but still, that's irritating. That really is. It's going to slow down our progress towards becoming exalted. Well, I don't really know what to say at the minute. We're kind of just sort of, well, skipping along. Waiting for time to pass at the end of the day. We've got 288 gold now, which is nice. You've upset the oh, right, okay. As soon as I say something, nothing's going on. Of course, something has to happen. Let me check on the time here. Alright, that's probably about it for this episode as well. So, yeah, you have upset the delicate balance of power in the realm. Duke Robert I relinquished control of the Duchy of Northumberland to one of your vassals for the good of all, lest my confederates and I accomplish the same through force of arms. Yeah, no, fuck you. Quite honestly. Okay, Count of Hereford, Count of Warwick, and Count of Gloucester. Alright, they're just counts, basically, is what we're dealing with here, which is not a problem, because counts are weak. So, right, yeah, I think that's what that means there, that little list of names. So yeah, on that further bombshell, ladies and gentlemen, I shall leave you for now. And next time when we come back, we'll probably be dealing with yet another civil war, which is honestly probably a good thing, because it will boost our prestige when we win it. So anyway, bye for now, everyone. Wish me luck.